We're gonna start in Childs, so you can go there now, or you can sit and listen for a sec. But I yesterday, yesterday was No Pants Tuesday. Monday night, I talked about this a little bit, but I don't think any of you were in class. And as usual, I began the class with an idea of what I wanted to say, and then you guys taught me what it was I was actually trying to say as I was moving through. So I was talking about there's this metaphor of like pretend you're out on a lake in a canoe and you look across the lake, and this is an old parable, and there's two kids and an old man in a canoe, and you're watching this, and all of a sudden the kids start rocking the canoe back and forth, and they toss the old man in the water, and like you're supposed to sit and react, like notice your feelings about the kids as they have tossed an old man in the water. And then you're told actually what happened there was a wasp's nest in the canoe. And so everyone was like, the flailing you saw was everybody trying to get away from the wasp. And accidentally, the old man went in the water. And now, what is your feeling about the kids, right? The idea being that when we assume motive or like assign intention without any data to back it up, we just like tend to make things kind of worse. And so I was thinking about how hard it is to get over, you know how they say what gets in early gets in deep. And that's true of your body. Like I can tell someone who was a gymnast when they were young, you can too, or a dancer when they were young, or you could tell poor wrestlers, those guys are marked for fucking life. You can tell a wrestler for the rest of their life. And the same is true of your survival skills. Your ego is built around whatever it was that was going to get you the praise you needed, or the safety you needed, or the validation you needed in the environment you grew up in. Like what gets in early gets in kind of deep, and it can be really hard to free yourself of those old patterns for that reason. um and and there's another reason, and I think it's because you have to look back and realize that every awful thing that has been done to you, said to you, every awful thing that you have done or said, all of it, and I would, this is like hot, this is a hot take, but I stand behind it. All of it was somebody's best at the time, given the information they were working with, the balance of what they thought they had to protect and preserve, and what risks they could afford to take, and et cetera, et cetera. Every awful idea in the world has been a good idea in someone's mind at the time. And that includes yours. Like you look back at the way you have conducted yourself, or the places you've been stuck, um, or made very small, or overextended, or any of that stuff. And the forgiving yourself, accepting that that was your best at the time, is the way to say, but that's not my best now. Like you have to actually, the present is always going to save you, because until you realize you are dealing with a different set of circumstances, you're either dealing with a different body, or a different, you're surrounding, I'm not in Catholic school anymore. You're not in your parents' house anymore. Like we're dealing with different surroundings. So to be able to not be stuck, bound by this unwillingness to, we sort of assign motive and narrative. And the truth is, it was just the best you could at the fucking time. And that's not your best anymore. And being able to sort of just send that ship out to sea, like a Viking funeral, like I forgive you, I see you, I thank you. Even that was the fucking best you had. That inexplicably stupid decision was the best thing you could think of at the time. Send that off and light it on fire. Thank you, but that's not my best anymore. Um, and it helped me because I think about a lot of